Hi, I'm Michael Cohn from Advanced Tubular Technologies. I'm the developer of VTube-LASER software, which connects to the ferro arm, which is used to measure tubes. I've had a lot of questions lately about the differences between the A end and the B end length adjust and the A end and the B end measurement offset. So we're going to discuss those today in this video. So let's get started. The first thing I'd like to demonstrate to you is what happens when we change the actual adjust value. Now, what you're going to see here is that I'm going to adjust the length of the material irrespective of the endpoint. The endpoint's not going to change. But the length adjustment actually does have an effect on the master tube, but only in the length at the ends of the tube. So in this case, our master tube shows that we have a 6.2 inch straight here. I'm going to go back into the part setup, and I'm going to say I want to make this grow by 3 inches. So I'm going to type in a +3 here. And I'm going to refresh the graphics, and you're going to see the result on the screen immediately. And also over here in the master tube, you're going to see that it's now 3 inches longer than it was. It's 9.2 inches now instead of 6.2 inches. So that's the length adjust value. It doesn't change the endpoint location at all. But let's say that we wanted to perform a different kind of adjustment on the end called the measurement offset. You can see here that I've got a -3 value typed in for the A end measured offset. And what the measured offset is really good for is for situations where we might have a component on the end of the tube. And the component itself is not the real end of the tube, but we want to measure the end of the component in order to get to the end, which is down there. So let's just imagine that I have a component that's 3 inches away. So I have -3 here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure the tube. You're going to see that this measured offset only takes effect when we measure the tube. So instead of measuring the actual end of the tube, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my hand in the place of a component. So let's just estimate 3 inches. So let's say that that's where the component is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the cylinder, and then we're going to allow it to project to the endpoint. And you're going to see that this endpoint is inside where my hand was relative to that center line. And so you can see that it's projected 3 inches away from where my fingers were. That's going to be the endpoint of the tube. The endpoint won't be where my hand is because I gave it a -3 for the measured offset. So let's go ahead and finish measuring the tube now. I'm going to push finish and apply and perform an alignment. And now we're going to see exactly how far my hand was really from the master part. And I can tell you right now that it was probably about a ½ inch away from that 3 inches. So it would have been, in this case it says trim 0.5 inches. So my hand was 3½ inches away because I was slightly off of that 3 inches, because you can see trim of 0.5. So that's how a measured offset differs from a length adjustment. I hope this video serves to clear up the differences between the two. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to email me at michael.cohn@advancedtubular.com. Thank you very much for watching the video. Have a great day.